Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced live stream, or just live stream if you're cool and in the know. I'm Richard, at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joey, at JWonderl on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Vivian, at Lift Cheerful on the MakeCode forum.
And today we're working on a game that was a suggestion from one of our most loyal viewers, Dobix. They made us a bunch of art for a drag racing game. And then they made their own prototype game that used their art and was pretty good. I played it. Did you guys play it?
Yeah. I did.
Super. Yeah, it was pretty good.
I understood what drag racing was. Sorry. I didn't know what drag racing was before, but then I played the game. I was like, oh, this is drag racing.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we thought that we would do our own spin on drag racing. So we're going to make a drag racing game. But I think the idea that we're going with is that it's going to be a bunch of animals that are riding other animals and doing drag racing.
Yeah, we had that idea, and then I mentioned sloth on an alpaca, and I just don't think anybody can get anything else on their mind anymore.
Let's quickly go through our three entrants, I think, because Joey, do you want to start with yours since you already kind of said it? Give any kind of background information, maybe the motivation.
Sloths are cool. Alpacas are also cool. So sloth plus alpaca is just like they got long arms and they don't get to be lazy still. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Vivian, how about you?
Oh, my pitch for North America is something on a deer. I forgot what the animal on the deer is because we have so many animals.
It's a raccoon.
Raccoon on a deer. Thank you, Richard.
Personally, I think it should be a raccoon on a wolf, but it's okay.
When have you seen a wolf in North America?
I have seen a wolf in Yellowstone Park one time.
Okay, well, that's like that's like the zoo of nature, you know?
Okay,
doesn't really
it is
count.
like the zoo of nature. Yeah, I agree. And then we're also going to do an ostrich with a koala on it because, yeah, obvious reasons.
No. Oh, yeah. Sorry. That's right.
Okay. So let's go ahead and get started on the coding. Meanwhile, I'm going to need you guys to draw your individual things and maybe give me 3 frames of running.
Ooh, okay.
Does that sound right? Maybe like, yeah, let's just do 3 frames of running for now and we'll kind of go from there. And I think they could be pretty big. I think we're going to have 2 going at a time. So let's see, half the screen is 60. So maybe like 32 by 32.
Okay. Classic size.
Mm-hmm. In the meantime, let's get started with our coding for the actual drag race stuff. So the first thing I want to do is all drag races start off with a like a countdown. So I think we're going to do a countdown, and I want it to be like a traffic light that's like green. Well, no, like red's at the top because red goes at the top. Red, then yellow, then green, and it's going to say go over top, and it'll disappear, and the race will start. So let's start with that. I'm going to go ahead and take this and make a sprite. So let's do a new variable. I think we've done a traffic light before. I think we did it for the Mo exploration game.
Super cool.
Yeah. We're going to make it really big. Should probably make it taller than it is wide. So we'll make it like 80. Let's go ahead and use the rectangle tool. There we go. And now we're going to draw some circles. Start with green. And we're going to use the copy paste tool because I don't want to draw these all exactly the same size and mess it up.
Richard, I don't know if I can animate a deer running. It has 4 legs. It's only 3 frames of animation, but that's 12 frames of legs.
Yep.
This will be my my blue whale.
You know,
we knew what we signed up for. I think we're stuck on this one.
What are you drawing? You're drawing the ostrich, right?
No, I'm drawing the ostrich.
Wait,
I chose the easy one.
An alpaca.
Sorry. Oh my gosh, Joey, I can't do this. Okay.
Why do I think that alpacas should have eyelashes? Do alpacas have eyelashes?
I have that in my head
Like,
also.
same?
So
Okay.
I think it must be true.
They do have eyelashes. And they get so long. Okay.
Remember the good old days when all we had to do was animate a dolphin? Dolphins have 0 legs.
You complained so much about
I
animating that
did
dolphin.
complain so much about it. It was terrible. The terrible times.
It turned out wonderful though. Tony Albatross, such a good game.
Such a good game. But at what cost?
By the way, I was trying to find my high score in Tony Albatross, which I thought I'd saved to my computer, but I did not. So I unfortunately have to say that Vivian still has the high score.
Woo!
I'll just have to know in my heart that I beat you once, but no one will believe me. All right, here's our traffic light. Let's go ahead and give it a name.
Oh wow, that looks like a traffic light. Okay. I just looked away
Well,
for a second. Came back.
Yeah, you know, it's not that hard to do.
I guess.
And let's go ahead and set the background color to be skyish. Yeah. I don't love it, but I'm having trouble imagining what a traffic light looks like right now. So this is going to be it. Let me shave off a little bit on the sides, though. I think it's too wide.
Joey, my deer is looking awfully alpaca. Like, I think
Good.
I made the neck too long. Oh yeah, it's way too long. It's basically a giraffe at this point.
Well, giraffes are like just weird horses, right? So it all works out. I mean, all animals are basically just like weird horses. Is that true? That's not quite true, but it's not
What
that
an
far off.
aggressive
I mean, I'll have to check with the scientists, but I think you might be right. I think maybe all animals are basically weird horses. Okay, wait, no. I think we can divide them into weird horses, weird lizards, or weird birds. And I think we've
I'm
got
fine with that.
thing. Yeah.
Sorry, I tuned out, but the echoes of Richard's voice, rattled around my head for a second, and I heard that. And I love it. We're doing science on this stream. Let's send out the paper, get peer reviewed.
I mean, people often forget that we are also an animal facts stream.
True.
So much so that it's on our tags list.
Yep, animals.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we got our basic traffic light. And what I'm actually going to do now is for each of these colors, I'm going to go one shade darker. So I'm going to change this to be dark green. I'm going to change this to be orange. I'm going to change this to be brown. So it looks like they're not lit up. Then I'm going to... Joey, do you have something you'd like to share with the class?
This is... You'll see.
All right, and I'm going to go ahead and add our timers extension now, because I want to run something in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and put a separately do here, and let's talk about the separately do. Why am I doing this here? Well, I want to do some stuff that pauses, and so I could put that pause inside of this on start, but that might end up having some weird things happen. Specifically, if I put some event handlers in here, I might get some behavior where like the event handlers don't start, but this, because this is pausing, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to use a separately do. Hopefully, maybe later I'll look at the JavaScript and kind of show why this matters, but for now, let's just leave it like this. So let's go ahead and pause for 1 second. Then we're going to use our favorite, well, not our favorite, but Shannon's favorite, and also a contender for my favorite block, which is this change color in. And we're going to change the color in the image of our traffic light. And it's going to go from from brown to red. Then we're going to change that back. So this is going to go back to brown. And we're going to change the orange to yellow. Then we're going to change that back. And then we're going to do the green to green. And then we don't need to change that back. And now I'm going to take these pauses and just kind of sprinkle them around. So.
Did I have a question?
Yeah.
Can I make a fourth contestant? We have requests for a Europe representative.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Fourth contestant coming in. Also, Joey, are we leaning into the derpy running look? Because I think we need to lean into the derpy running look.
I'm just about to finish up my first frame, and no matter what I do, it's going to be derpy running. So.
Okay, I thought you were laughing at the animation. Okay. Cool.
I'm actually going to change this to be purple because I think that, and maybe I'll change this to be brown, just so that they're a little more kind of dark. So let me go ahead and fix that right here. I'm going to change this to be, oh no, shoot. I was using purple elsewhere in the image. I'll make it this purple. All right, let's take a look at our traffic light. Cool. All right. So at the end of this, when it's green, I think we want it to say go also at the same time. So to do that, we're going to add another extension, and it's going to be the arcade text. This is a Daryl original. So we're just going to put this in go exclamation point. And we'll put it right here. We're going to change it to be, well, yeah, let's leave it as white. We're going to give it an outline though. And we're going to give it some big, a big kind of font. So we're going to take the max font height block, change this to be, I don't know, 64. We'll see how big that gets. Oh, pretty big. All right. I think that'll work though. And then after we change all the font height and stuff, we need to recenter it on our screen. So we're going to change this to be the center of the screen, which is 8060. Then we're going to pause again, and then we will destroy our text sprite. Red, yellow, green, go!
Wow! Looks awesome.
All right. So we've got this, and we probably want to put this inside of a function because I think that we're probably going to be doing something where, like, how do we want to divide this up, guys? Like one player up top, one player on the bottom?
Yes, that would be.
All right, and I assume you guys are doing like a side perspective, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
It
wouldn't be very realistic, but let's be honest: is realism the focus of this stream to begin with?
Yes, it is.
Oh no.
So let's talk about how we can do this because I think we want to have the appearance that we are moving, right? So normally I would use a tile map, but there's a chance that one person's going to get way ahead of the other person. You know, these need to scroll at like different rates, you know?
Yeah.
So instead, I'm thinking maybe we could just make some like ground sprites that go by, and then we'll make them move only when the player does. Oh. So let's go ahead and we'll make a tile map for now. But the tile map is just going to be as big as the screen, and it's just going to be to like define the ground. and then we'll have things like bushes and stuff, and when you move, they'll move, but your sprite won't. So it'll look like you're moving. I hope that kind of makes sense to someone.
Yeah. I've been out in the world. I've seen things move around with perspective.
Cool. All right. So we're going to go ahead and define our tile set real quick. I'm going to do this fast, but I might come back and make it look prettier. I never end up doing that, though.
Sometimes you do, and then it's tragic. We're like, Richard, it looked so good before. And you're like, no, I hated it.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that does happen sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're just going to make it like grassy.
A grassy knoll? Sorry, I don't know what knoll means. Is it the same as hill?
If that helps you. Yeah, a knoll is like a small hill.
Oh, okay. Richard, this is perfect. It's your game.
Yeah, for people who are unaware, my last name is Knoll.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's out there. It's my GitHub username.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But, not everybody's on GitHub. But it's also on the last it's on the screen, on the stream.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, yeah, we got a little grass stuff going. I'll make it look better later.
Joey, did you do the outlines?
No, I didn't do outlines.
Excellent.
Yes, this looks quite bad.
Okay, so my alpaca sloth is in the chat, and I thought I was 100% sure. I was looking away. I was 100% sure that you just imported it, and we were like, yeah, Joey's bad at this.
Oh, no, Joey, no, I would never say that.
My ambition far outstretched my ability on this one.
All right, I'm going to load Joey's now. And I'm sure it looks amazing.
Okay, mine's coming in. My first one's coming. Wait, I need to give it a tail. Just kidding.
All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to go and grab an animation block. By the way, if you haven't been to Arcade in a week or two, you might see that the animation extension no longer needs to be added. It's already here. There's some other animation blocks, and to get those, you do need to add the extension. But, by default, you got these ones. All right, so let's go in here, and we're going to define our alpaca with a sloth. Oh, that's great. Look how sleepy he is.
Oh, I love it. Look how fluffy it is.
Oh, he's like prancing. I love it. Oh, shoot. Sorry. The reason you're not seeing anything happen on my screen is because I'm in another window copying and pasting text. All right, let's take a look. What speed? Like 100?
I did 150 or 200 is good. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's great. Kind of looks like he's dancing.
I feel like, yeah, this is the same energy of animation as Corgi Pillar. I recently rewatched or replayed that. Which is highly realistic animation. Hyper-realism.
Yeah. All right, now we're doing Vivian's, which is a raccoon on a deer. And nice. I love how much personality this raccoon has.
Yeah. I was really into the raccoon. The deer.
It's true. The deer does not have the same level of detail, but still looks good.
Yeah, I put all the energy, all the budget for the deer animation went into the legs.
All right. So Vivian, you're doing one more, right?
Yep, I'm doing one more. 100 is good.
Oh, this is great.
How did you get like a deer
notepad
all rigged up? Get a video reference for this one?
Oh, I actually
With,
did
like,
pull
the
up a
little
video of a deer.
legs and stuff like that.
I did pull up a video of a deer. But I don't know if it helped. It just made me I just looked at it for a second. I'm like, yep, has 4 legs, runs fast.
All right. Joey, I know this is a lot to ask, but I think I'm going to have my hands full coding. Do you mind doing the ostrich?
Sure. Yes. What was on its back again?
I'm a koala.
Ah,
Obviously.
that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, Joey.
I don't even.
All right, so we're going to create 2 sprites now. They're going to be Racer 1 and Racer 2. And I think what we want to do is we're going to just leave them kind as is. And they're going to start out transparent, but at the end of this, we're going to add these images. So we're going to, I think, make a variable now that's going to be called like race started. And we're going to set race started to be true at the end of this function. And when race started is true, then we're going to add our animals. So I'm going to copy the first frame of both of these. If we have time, we'll do a character selection.
Oh, cool.
Oops.
So I looked up Austrian giant rabbit. How giant are these rabbits? I would like to know. Please tell me. Is it giant for a rabbit or giant for everybody?
I mean,
They are actually 40 feet tall. It is absurd.
How tall is 40 feet?
it's pretty tall.
It's a lot to use.
Okay.
All right, so let's set the position of these guys. We want them both to be in the center of the screen like they are now, but we need to set them so that they're on top of their ground. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and set the bottom of each of them. So let's go ahead and go to Racer 1, set its bottom to be at the top, which should be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 times 16 is 64.
That's fast math.
Yeah. Oh, it's wrong math, though.
I was
48.
so impressed.
No. I mean, I did do that multiplication correctly,
Okay.
but I was solving the wrong problem.
I see.
I'm
very
and this
impressed
one's got to
then.
be 112. Oh, whoops! I did Racer 1. This should be Racer 2. All right, cool. We got them now. So let's go ahead and change the z-index of our traffic light so it's above these guys. We're just going to use another sprite property block right here. Change this to traffic light. Change this to Z.
Whoa,
change this
Richard,
to
so
a bunch of
fancy
numbers.
today.
Yeah.
Very worldly of you. I appreciate it.
Okay. So I think what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and go into the controller. And for now, we're just going to be pretty simple. Which button should be run? Any button?
Maybe right or A? I would say right or A.
Okay. Oh, and are we doing this 2-player or a computer controlling the other one?
Computer controlling the other one.
Yeah, we can always add 2-player in later, like we did for ping pong and stuff like that.
Okay.
Up to you.
Um,
Up to you.
All right. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to put in a logic right now. We're going to do on any button pressed. And if the race has started, then we are going to go ahead and take our Racer 1, which will be the player, and loop this animation. Nice. All right. So we also want to make it, though, that once this is looping, if we are no longer pressing the button, then this should stop. So we're going to duplicate this and change this to on any button released, and we'll just stop all animations. And this won't quite work. We'll show why in a second. All right, so I'm racing, not racing. Racing, racing, racing. Not racing. So why doesn't this work? And the answer is because we're doing on any button pressed. I can press B to go. I can press A to go. I can press both to go. And then if I lift up A, lift up B, well, I'm still holding down H, so I should still be going. Luckily, this is pretty easy to fix. We just need to go into controller, and we're going to bring out this is A button pressed. We can change it to is any button pressed. And we can do a not on this and an and with race started. And I think this should work. All right, holding down both, releasing B, releasing A. Cool. All right. So we've got our basic racing going. What should we, I guess, is this all just about timing right now? What other things should we be doing?
Should we be shifting? I hear that's key in drag racing. Or maybe we could do like the Mario Kart beginning where it's like 3, 2, Oh, I guess you already did the traffic light.
Yeah, and then you get stuck and you have to, and like the animal's on fire for a second, so you gotta pat it until it stops being on fire before you can run.
All right, well, we'll decide something. For now, let's do the moving ground. So this is going to use the same kind of trick that we use in the Raptor game, where basically we're going to be creating some sprites. We're going to use an on-game update every. And we're going to need another variable now, which is going to be like is racer1 moving. And in here, we're going to set it to be true. And in here, we're going to set it to be false. And now what we're going to do is on game update every, let's say, 500 milliseconds for now. We're going to create a sprite. We'll actually use projectile, I think. We're going to change this Vy to be 0 because we just want it to be moving horizontally. And we're going to make this Vx negative. And let's just go ahead and draw something that would be on the ground. Like, I don't know.
A tornado. Sorry. What do foxes look like in Europe? I'll look it up.
Do they look different than foxes do here?
I've never been. I don't know. Oh, I guess they're just red foxes. Excellent. I've never seen a fox here.
You haven't?
I haven't seen many animals, I'm starting to realize.
It's a shame. Foxes are pretty neat.
Yeah, they sound wily.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go into logic now, and we're going to do an if is racer moon moving. Then we're going to create this projectile. So let's go ahead and see this going. Cool, look at him go.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh.
We're making too many, though, and also they're at the wrong place. So the easiest way to make these aligned at the right place is we're just going to set them to their bottom to be the same as the bottom of the racer 1. We're going to make this like 1 second instead. And we also need to handle when we stop moving. So when we stop moving, we need to make it so that they all stop also. So what we're going to do is we're going to loop over, and I'm actually going to change this, the kind of this now, because we're also going to need to do this for player 2. So I'm going to create a new kind. So let's go ahead and get the set kind 2 block. Change the variable to be projectile. Change the kind to be racer1 scenery. And when we when we stop moving, we need to also stop all of them from moving. So we're going to go into sprites and get out our array of sprites of kind and loop over all of the racer1 scenery. And then for each of these sprites, we're going to set their velocity to be 0. And we need to do the opposite when we start moving again. So we're going to loop over all of these, and we're going to set the Vx to be what it was before, -50. All right, so let's look. Stop, go. Stop, go.
This looks so good. I keep tuning in every 3 minutes, and so much has changed.
All right, cool. It's a little too regular though. So I think we're going to put in an and in here. And we're just going to do a % chance. Get that. All right, cool. Okay. So now let's do the same thing, but for the computer, Racer2. So to do that, I think we're going to go ahead and make a function now. And this function is going to be called start moving Racer2. And I might factor the Racer1 moving to also be in functions like this. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and duplicate this. We're going to make a function called stop moving Racer2. And we're going to duplicate this. And now let's tweak this a little bit. So we don't care about button presses. So we're going to get rid of this in Racer2 because they are just the computer. And we're going to change this variable to be Racer2. And we're going to make a new kind now, which is going to be Racer2 scenery. And we're going to make a new variable also, which is Racer2 moving. All right. So let's go over here now. We're going to change this to be, well, actually, we're going to change this whole block to be this one. Change this to be Racer2. Change this to be Racer2 moving. Change this to be Racer2 scenery. And there we go. Now we also need to make the scenery spawn. So we're going to do duplicate this also. We're going to change this to be Racer2 moving though. We're going to change this to be Racer2 scenery, and we'll change this to be Racer2 bottom. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and just start our Racer2 moving, immediately. So it's impossible to win. Oops, forgot to turn on loop. One exciting game.
I love this so much, though. It's so beautiful.
All right. So we've got this going now. So let's go ahead and take this and get rid of it because we've already got it in our program. This too, and let's decide what other stuff we want to do. So I think that we want to First, I'm going to do a little bit of refactoring. I want to mess with the speed, so I'm going to go ahead and create a variable for this, which is going to be scenery speed. And we're going to set the scenery speed up here in onStart. And we're going to change it to be like -100. Let's like double it. And now everywhere that I was putting -50, which is in 4 places, I'm going to use this instead so that I can tweak it if I want. Yeah, now we're cooking. Now you can really see the hair getting blown back on these guys. All right, all this is exciting, but we don't really have an idea of what progress we're making. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and put in a indicator in the middle of the screen. So we're going to have a little icon for player 1. We're going to have a little icon for player 2, and they're going to be racing on this like center bit. So we can see, the progress. So to do that, I'm going to create some sprites real quick. I'm going to create a thing for player 1. So I'm actually going to make this 8 by 8, I think. And this is just going to say P1.
Classic.
It is classic. Nope, I'm going to make it a little bit taller.
Oh, very cool.
There we go. So we got our P1. We're also going to have to do the P2, and I don't think it's going to go quite as well because 2 is a much wider number. Flip. That's basically a 2, right?
Yeah.
2 adjacent.
Yeah, that's totally a 2.
Okay. So let's go ahead and go with this. I'm going to make them both a little bit wider so that we can put a border for the P2. So let me knock this up to be 9, I guess. We're going to do that and make it come to a point, but in the opposite direction.
It's a different kind of marker, but also good.
And I think we're going to maybe move that over. Like that, P2. And now for this one, we need to bump this up to 9. Cool. And what should P2's color be? Purple. Whoops.
Oh no.
All right. So we're gonna put these kind of like in the center of the screen here. So let's go ahead and actually create them. We'll change this one to be racer 1 marker. Change this to be racer 2 marker. And we want to put them at the we want to move this one down a bit, and we want to move this one up a bit. So we're just going to use a change Y block. We're going to change the Y on this one by, I think, -5. Whoops, it's the sweet Racer 1 marker. Oops, I'm changing Z also. And we're going to change this Y by +5. Whoops. Forgot to change my variable.
You're doing great, Richard.
Thanks. All right, there, cool. So we got this going. And we want to basically have like a line going across this whole thing, and we'll move these guys over to here to start, and we'll put a checkerboard at the end.
Universal symbol for you made it.
Yeah. So let's go ahead now and set the X on these two. We're gonna set the X to be like, they're 9 by 9, so we'll make it like 5. Yeah, that looks okay. And now we're going to create the track. So the track is going to be just a really big wide sprite. So we'll change this width to be 160. We're going to make the height really small, so like 3. And we're gonna, I think, just fill this with purple and alternate it with like this beige.
Richard, where do you get your inspiration from?
I hear a voice at night that beams things into my brain.
Oh, very cool. Most people might ignore this voice, but not you.
Nope.
Kind of looks like a caterpillar.
I guess in the way that all striped lines look like caterpillars.
I have a caterpillar. Wait, no, it's a snake rhyme. Never mind.
Cool. All right. We want, though, for this guy to just be, change this to be the track. And we wanted it to be just above these guys so that their Z index is higher. Nice. And let's go ahead and put our checkerboard at the end. And I think the way we're going to do this race is you're actually going to be like, this is all just set dressing. And these two things are going to be the actual thing that's racing. And when they overlap at the end, this is going to be you win. Does that make sense?
Well, we need like a finish line, right? Where you can like rip it open, right?
Yes. Time permitting. So let's make this like 8 by 8.
Oh. This is what I call high efficiency pixel art. Amazing.
I think both of our alternate, the third and fourth animals are finished now, right? Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to add a new kind, which is going to be Racer 1 marker. And I'm going to add a new kind, which is Racer 2 marker. And I will get those animals in just a sec, but I want to do this real quick. And we're going to do an on-game update. So let's go ahead and do that real quick.
I think the fact that you opened up math is cool, because that means it's purple, and you know that it's purple.
Yeah.
You have an instinct for coding and MakeCode.
Sure. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and change the X of the racer 1 marker by 1. And we're going to change the X of the racer 2 marker by 1. Look at him go.
Ooh. So speedy.
All right. So now let's go ahead and put our finish line at the right place. And we're going to go ahead and set its position. So actually, we only need to set the X.
Mm-hmm.
We'll set the right.
Oh, it's at the
There.
bottom. You got it, yeah.
To be like 159. And just to finish this out, we're going to go into Sprites and do an overlap event. And we're going to do on racer 1 marker overlaps finale flag. And then on racer 2 marker, then we're going to do game over lose and game over win. All right, and you're always going to lose right now. So let's go ahead and get our new racers.
I don't know how I feel about the raccoon deer duo being the enemy. Oh, I'll hide the notepad so we can see the animations.
We're gonna do a character select, you know?
Okay.
I think. Oh, the fox is riding the rabbit. I definitely
Wait,
thought it was gonna be the other way around.
Did I read it wrong? I didn't put any thought into it.
I really like this. This is good.
The way it was pitched to me was if I choose the rabbit, then I only have to animate 2 legs, which was appealing to me.
Looks great.
That's some good.
All right, let's go ahead and do another animation real quick, and we'll get Joey's.
I didn't have as much of an ability to draw legs of an ostrich moving as hopping, so don't get your hopes up on that part. But I did have a story behind the rest of it.
Aww.
So I figured ostriches wouldn't be very kind to their riders just because they seem like a little bit sassy. So the koala is hanging on for dear life. I have it at 200 too. A little bit slower animation, but
Joey, this poor koala.
it has eucalyptus in his mouth.
All right. Okay, so now it's decision time, I think. We need to figure out how we're going to make it so that, you know, there's like actually some agency in this game. So to do that, we need to, I think, I don't know, we could do some obstacles, or
What if there were like dots on the race course and you gotta push the buttons when the dots happen and then you get to go fast. Otherwise you go slow. That's my
Maybe
pitch.
like helping a turtle cross the street because otherwise it's in your way.
yeah, I was thinking that we would have something like a railroad crossing or something that would appear, and then you would have to wait for it to like open up, and then you go through. You know, stuff like that.
I don't. Why can't you just keep on pushing A when the railroad crossing's happening, or keep on trying to go?
Then you get smushed.
Because then you get hit by the rail, but then
I
you get
see.
hit by the, you know, the railroad crossing has the thing. You need to wait for that thing to go up.
Okay. Yeah, I liked it. Let's do it.
Eventually, all of the characters can have super abilities, so the rabbit can jump over the railroad Probably not in the next 10 minutes.
All right, so we're going to do create obstacle. And for now, we're just always going to have the same obstacle. It's going to be a turtle, like Joey said.
Do you guys know any good turtle songs?
Can't say that I do.
Unfortunate.
Do you know?
I don't. I wanted to add one to my repertoire. I would like a turtle song where I have to do this.
Where you have to... Could you do that again? Okay, yeah.
Like the turtle's legs.
Yeah.
I love this turtle.
All right, that's a hero and a half shell if I ever saw one. So let's go ahead and just resize this guy a little bit. So we're going to trim off, looks like 4. And then from here, probably like 8. Nope.
Tragic.
Nine. All right, and we need to show that this turtle is crossing the oh yeah, I know what we're gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna create this turtle right here, and I'm going to, you guys are just gonna have to trust me.
I do. It alarms me that you have to say that.
And when we create the obstacle, we're going to give them the same velocity. We're going to give them auto destroy and the velocity, just like we did with the other thing. Maybe I'll just do a projectile. No, I want the image. There you go. I change this to be 0. Gonna go into here, grab that speed thing. Scenery speed. And we're going to set its kind to be obstacle. Could just use enemy, but feels wrong.
Enemy is player 2.
Turtles are usually friends, unless they're the snapping turtles and they don't like you for some reason. Then they're not friends.
Okay, but maybe we're using snapping turtles in the wrong way. Maybe we should be using them as, like, staplers.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they don't like you for some reason. Otherwise, they're cool, right? But they're probably cool anyway. It's probably you that's not... It's probably the person's fault.
All right, and then we're going to set the bottom to match the eraser's bottom. All right, and so the question is, how do we make this turtle get out of our way? So right now, just to test this code out, I'm going to go to where we're creating our projectiles, and I think I'm going to put it inside a %chance or something. Probably not. Probably going to have to do it based off the like distance or something. But for now, we're going to just go into here, and we're going to put in an if. And we're going to do an if true, else this. The if true is going to be a function, and it's going to be called create obstacle. And we're going to go ahead and call it on racer1. Okay, so let's see Let's see this go. There he goes. All right. So we need to pause and wait for this turtle to get out of our way. So I drew this turtle from the side. So I'm not entirely sure how to do that unless...
The turtle can crab walk.
Unless maybe the turtle were to go up. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put a lifespan on this guy.
Oh no.
We're going to set it to be 1,000. And then when it gets destroyed, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create a new one. We're going to actually use the projectile function again, but this time we're going to use the projectile from Sprite. Change this to be our destroyed obstacle. Give it a Vx of 0. Give it a Vy of 0. Give it an AY.
It is gonna crab walk off screen.
Of I think maybe like -40. Let's see how that goes. And we're also going to make it so that this turtle is blasting off. So we're going to go ahead and go into the effects. And we're going to start the ashes effect. I don't like ashes. Let's do maybe just like clouds. Not great. Oh, right. Clouds is like clouds in the sky. So yeah. Maybe we'll just do trail and, we'll do a few repeats. Cool. Okay. The other thing I want to do is right now it's getting destroyed when it hits the top of the screen. I want it to not do that. So I'm actually going to go ahead and start an effect on... Well, not start an effect. I'm going to set a flag on it. And we're going to have to finish this tomorrow because we're out of time. But I'll do this real quick. Projectile 3. Gonna set goes through walls, set it on. And real quick before we go. All right. Anyway, I'm Richard, at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joey, at JWonderl on the MakeCode forum.
And I'm Vivian, at Live Cheerful on the MakeCode forum.
And yeah, thanks for tuning in.